Hello, in this video we are going to create this character introduction effect in Adobe Premiere Pro. In Premiere Pro, I've already got the clip that we are going to use for this tutorial. The sequence we are working with has a ratio of 9:16, which is vertical format, and it's great for social media like Instagram. First, I'm going to find the point of the video that we want to freeze. Now, at that chosen point, I'm going to right-click on the timeline and then select Insert Frame Hold Segment. This option will divide our clip into the three parts. The frozen part of the video is in the middle. Next, I will duplicate the frozen part by holding the Alt key combined with the left mouse button and then drag the video one track up. Make sure you have this video selected and then go to the Effects control panel. In the opacity section, click on the pen tool to create a mask around our subject. Then you can play a bit with the feathering and expansion options in order to get better looking mask. Next, we are going to add black and white effect to the bottom clip. Now we can see how our subject shines thanks to the mask we made. Next, I'm going to nest this sequence and add another graphics for our character. I will modify it a bit to match the clip and then also nest it. For the next steps, we are going to create the zoom in effect for the character. In Effects panel, I'm going to search for Transform effect and then apply it on both clips. Now we need to find the spot where we want the transition to begin. Then hit the stopwatches for scale and position, and then try to fit the subject to the smaller one by adjusting scale and position values. When you are done, move 5 frames to the right using the right arrow key on the keyboard and then adjust the values for the final position. Then do the exact opposite for the clip below. Try to fit the smaller character to the big one on the exact same keyframe positions. By moving frame by frame on the timeline using arrow keys on the keyboard, we can see that they are correctly scaling together. Then we can add a motion blur for both clips by unchecking the checkbox and changing the shutter angle to 180. Lastly, we animate the opacity to simulate the transition between the characters. For smooth transitions between keyframes, right-click on the keyframe and then change the interpolation to Ease In. For all the starting keyframes, change the interpolation to Ease Out. As a next step, I'm going to add some brush stroke images. You can easily find similar images free on the internet. Now I'm going to change their color. Find Change to Color effect from Effects panel and then apply it on the both images. For the two color, we are going to pick the color from the short and then set the change to hue, lightness and saturation. And then do the same for the second image. In the next steps, we are going to add text to the brush stroke images. Nest the first image and double-click on it to open the nested sequence. As a first step, add text. Choose your favorite font, add a shadow to it and move it to the desired position. Now I'm going to animate the brush stroke using the mask in the opacity section in the Effect Control panel. Click on the stopwatch on the mask path to enable keyframes. Then reposition the mask, move around 3 frames and then reveal the whole image by changing the size of the mask. I will just simply move the keyframes to the beginning and move the text layer to match the brush stroke reveal. We can go back to the main sequence. Now I'm going to edit the second image. So again, nest the image and double click on it to open the sequence. This time, make the text to be aligned from right and make it a little bit smaller so you can fit multiple text inside the brush stroke image. We are going to make it more fancy, so find the transform effect in the effect panel and apply it to the text layer. In transform section, enable keyframes for the position and opacity and start animating by changing the values. Now, as we already done before, change the interpolation for the keyframes and enable motion blur. Then make a room for another text and duplicate this text layer to the track down below. Now we can jump into animating the brush stroke image. It will be the same as the first one. Pick the rectangle mask from the opacity section and animate the mask path to match the image. Then just reposition the text layers to the right spot to make the animations run smoothly one after the other. Now we can go back to the main sequence. As the next step, we will find the right place for all the layers to make the animation looks seamless. Then animate the character position by adjusting position and scale in transform section in order to fit the subject next to the name. We are almost done, but this looks just too flat. Adding some motion might help in this case. This looks much better, but the character still blends with the background. Open the character sequence and find the effect called Radial Shadow, and apply it to the layer. Then choose white as a shadow color, set opacity to 100 and lower the projection distance to something around 5. One final step, nest all the layers together and then inside Effects panel search effect called Deep to White and then add this effect to the clip. Set it to center and change the duration to a much shorter time. And that's it. Enjoy the final result and thanks for watching.